Ka'olo Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, and peace and salutations to all the Akim out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. And this is just a quick video regarding this article that came out today called 5 of the world's most powerful nations pledge to avoid nuclear war. It says US, Russia, China, the UK and France, who are permanent members of the UN Security Council, agree nuclear war cannot be won. Right, so let's go into this. So they've said today 5 of the world's most powerful nations have agreed that a nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought in a rare joint pledge to reduce the risk of such a conflict ever starting. The pledge was signed by the US, Russia, China, the UK and France, the 5 nuclear weapon states recognized by the 1968 Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, who are also the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. They are known as the P5 or the N5. Such a common statement on a major issue of global security has become a rarity at a time of increasing friction between Russia, China, and the West, with Moscow threatening to invade Ukraine and China signaling its readiness to use military force against Taiwan. The joint statement represents a renewed commitment to prevent any confrontation turning into a nuclear catastrophe. Esau, this ain't your show. Sorry to burst your bubble, but this is not your movie. This is not. Those nukes are not going to become relics. Those nukes are not going to become museum pieces. You're so lost. I'm going to get a few scriptures. Let's get... I'm gonna get a few scriptures on makeup, because look, I don't know what did you think? See, it was all good and well when the nukes were yours and no one else had them, and you had the power to dictate to all these nations what and who they shouldn't deal with, and I'm going to put blockades on this one and sanctions on that one and stop this one from dealing with, and now that the other nations are strong, you want to say, let's all be friends. No. It doesn't work like that. And the thing is, with this treaty, which should be counted as dung anyway, because we know that Esau he's not a man of his word. His treaty means nothing. Look how many peace treaties he broke with with the tribe of Gad, the Native Americans. His peace treaties mean nothing. And it's not up to you anyway. This is not your show. Like I said, this is not your show. You don't get to decide, okay, let's all, be friends. No, it doesn't work like that. And like I say, do you know what? This is probably just a vain and what's the word? Like ignorant attempt to rock Magog to sleep. Magog being Russia. It's a foolish attempt to rock them to sleep. To kind of say, look, all right, we might encompass you, but let's not use nukes. Let's fight like men, right? we might encompass you, but let's just, not use nukes. And remember, look, because he likes to use doublespeak. He didn't say that he wasn't going to use nukes. He said that where is it? It says somewhere that basically nukes should only be used as a self-defense. It says nukes, I can't find it right there, but it says that he basically said that nukes should only be used in self-defense. And to the unlearned man of Esau, to the unlearned person of Esau, they would look at that and say, oh, okay, so that means basically that if I don't shoot a nuke, then he won't shoot a nuke. No. You don't know who you're dealing with. He said that we will only use nukes. Let's all agree to only use nukes in self-defense. So whereas the other team are thinking to only use nukes if they are fired upon with nukes, he's thinking, technically, I didn't really say that. I said in self-defense. So if your ship, let's say, fires on my ship, or if a plane is shot down by another plane, he can fire a nuke, because he didn't say that it was because that's self-defense. Do you see what I mean? It's ambiguous, and this is how he speaks. He uses doublespeak, and he uses ambiguity. Let me get some scriptures. This is Ezekiel 38 rather, and 3. Ezekiel 38 and 3. And say, thus say the Lord Most High Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog. Gog is short for Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. See, the Lord knows that Russia doesn't really want to fight, even though their army is beefed up. They don't really want to fight because it's taken them it's been a long journey to get to where they are now. The other nations who are now trying to be their friend, because this treaty, I can guarantee you, was instigated by a Western nation for sure. It wasn't instigated by China or Russia. It would have been instigated by, just through the spirit, I know how Esau is, that it wouldn't have been the Russians or Chinese. It would have been one of the Western nations that forward did this bill, this pledge, whatever, right? It's taken them a long time. But look, the UN, NATO was created. Lionel Ismay was a general, a NATO general back in the 1950s. I believe it was 1952 to 1957. He said NATO was created to keep the Soviet out, the Americans in, and the Germans down. And they've tried hard and almost succeeded. But Russia, being as resilient as they are, they're still Edomites, most of them. But as resilient as they are, they've managed to stand. They've managed to pick themselves up and create a superpower in terms of their army. rivaling, even better in the West in certain aspects. And the West is wary of this because they're hearing the scriptures and they're seeing the developments and they're saying, look, let's not hurt each other. Let's be friends now. Let's not. Esau's a joke. But did you hear what the Lord said? Look, I will, and thus said the Lord, and I will turn thee back. See, this is what the Lord is saying, and I will turn thee back. You can't see, I don't think you can see my Bible. Let me see if I've got light. But the Lord said, I will turn thee back and put hooks into the jaw. Because the Lord knows that, one slacker, brothers, let me just get a light. The Lord knows that Russia, they don't really want to fight. Russia doesn't really want to fight, slacker, brothers. Let me see if I can focus. There you go. Oh, that's going to be a bit difficult, but anyway. I want to get the next scripture. I'm going to get the next scripture, which is, let's get Proverbs 20 and 24. And Proverbs 20 and 24 says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So this is what I'm trying to say. All of these treaties, and it's all in vain. It's all in vain, because when the Most High Yahweh gives that, and Yahweh Shai give that green light, that's it. There's no turning back. They're going to be fired off. Like I say, they're not going to be relics. Where would you put them? How would you dispose of them? You think that they're just going to, all these billions of pounds of nukes, they're just going to sit in a warehouse, in a silo, in a warehouse for eternity, never being, come on. Don't be you're not that foolish. Let's go to Romans. So this is Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. See, all of this is happening because the Lord is not with you. The Lord actually hates you. And this is, Esau doesn't consider the gravity of that statement, being hated by the Most High, the creator of all. Do you know how deep that is? I'm going to read that again, and then I'm going to continue down the scriptures. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. For he have said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. For the scriptures say unto Pharaoh, even for his same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all of the earth. See? So the Lord raised up Pharaoh in the same manner. when Moses was saying, let my people go, and Pharaoh was saying, okay, okay. And then at the end, at the very last, he would say no. That was because the Lord was hardening his heart to basically show his power throughout the earth for everyone to see who runs things. Like, it wasn't Pharaoh running things. Like, people put too much stock in man until it's too late. People put so much stock in man. They really think like people are beguiled by bright lights, and people, what it is people don't consider. People look at Esau like a god, like they think that this man can never go down. This baby, he's only just made a plane in 1903. He only just broke the sound barrier in what, 50 years ago, 70 years ago? He broke the sound. Slovakia brothers, technical difficulties. But like I was saying, this man has only just built a plane in 1903, just broke the sound barrier in 1953, and he's supposed to go against the army of the Lord. Just broke the sound barrier in 1953, and this man is supposed to be the be-all and end-all. Started off as an albino. Come on. Anyway. So the Lord, man's goings are of the Lord, and he hardeneth the heart of who he hardeneth. That's it. And you know what? Let me get something actually on YouTube. You've got, see this, watch this. This is what I'm talking about. Tony Blair, who was Prime Minister, he was Prime Minister of England back in, I can't even remember the years, but he was the one that went with George Bush. He partnered with George Bush to invade Iraq. He said that in the run-up to the invasion of Iraq, that he had discussions with the Most High. He had discussions with the Most High Yahweh, and that he was kind of guided to do what he done. And people don't consider that. A lot of people just gloss over that and think that, what a joke. It's not a joke. Let me get that scripture. That's in Job. Right, I'm gonna get that scripture in Job. One second. Job 33 and 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth not. In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth up the ears of men, and sealeth their instructions. Do you understand? Are you understanding? All right, let me play this. So bear in mind, he has said before, Tony Blair has said that he's had discussions with the Most High in the lead up to the invasion of Iraq. Look at this. Look at the scoffing later on. Look at the scoffing. This is like a considerable time later on, where they speak regarding his look. Listen.
tormentor ensured the joke was at Tony Blair's expense.
Now that the Prime Minister has used up all mortal excuses for his folly in invading Iraq and is relying on his judgment, on divine guidance.
See the laughing?
A factor which oddly was omitted from the dodgy dossier.
It's all a big joke, eh?
Will he tell us which archangel is now beckoning him towards southern Afghanistan?
See?
Right. So what's the answer?
Do you see that? So it's all one big joke. It's all one big joke. See? The scoffing. They don't consider that even he himself might have said it and not fully grasped the magnitude of what he was saying when he said that he's had discussions with the Most High, because I believe he knows that he was serious. I mean, he's playing it off here, but he was serious. He knows that he did have those discussions, or at least was in sleep, like deep sleep or REM kind of sleep, and those instructions were sealed to him. So you can laugh all you want, and look, the fact of the matter is basically that you can think that those nukes will become relics. They're not going to become relics. Those nukes will be fired off. Thus saith the Lord. There's nothing that anyone can do about it. You really thought that you were going to spend all these billions, all these trillions on these nukes, and they weren't going to be fired off? Are you mad? You know that's not good economics. You love business and money. Those nukes are going to be fired off. Thus saith the Lord. Shalom, brothers.